We're here at the United Center in Chicago, Illinois. I'm Jim Houston.
And I'm Craig Simpson.
And welcome to what should be an exciting matchup between the Chicago Blackhawks and the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim.
I doubt we'll see a shootout here tonight, Jim.
These are two teams that like to play a very conservative defensive game, and they're very good at it.
Yeah, the team that gets the first goal tonight will probably walk away with the 2 points.
Here's a look at tonight's referee. He calls a pretty smooth game.
Jim, the one area he pays a little extra attention to is hitting. He lets the guys play physical, but he makes sure they're doing it cleanly.
And a face-off win for the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim. And the Blackhawks will touch the puck. This is icing. The Mighty Ducks are on a 4-game winless streak right now.
There's more to this game than goals and saves. Puck possession is key. And you can't improve on your offense if you can't hold on to the puck. That's what they should be focusing on.
And the faceoff is won by Ruchin. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Across, out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Knocked him off the puck. Passed over. Brings it out. In over the line. Pass to the point. Right in front. Thibault reached out for the puck. Played across. Brings it out. Over the blue line. He gets out-muscled by Lupul. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Laid out.
A punishing hit.
Brings it out. Coast to coast. Bumped by Prospol. Moved ahead. Brings it out. It's played up by Arneson. He gets run over by Prospol. Into the attacking zone. Shoots it. Arneson scores! A nice pass followed by an even better shot to light up the scoreboard.
I'm liking what I'm seeing out there.
This team is on the wrong side of an early 1-0 score.
And that's got to worry the coaching staff. They don't want to be playing catch-up all game long.
Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. McDonald shoots! Thibault hangs on for the whistle. Babchuk really jumps into the play well. I haven't seen him get caught pinching yet.
Well, he anticipates where the play is moving so well, and he adjusts to make the most of his opportunity.
They're getting ready for the faceoff. The faceoff goes to the Mighty Ducks. In front. Centered by Fedorov. Missed the net. Brings it out. Passed over by Yakubov. Over the line. Rubbed off the puck. The ref indicates a delayed call against Chicago. Nicholas is going off for hooking. You can see the coach isn't crazy about that call at all, so he's going to have a word with the official. Anaheim will try and take advantage of a penalty here.
Well, we haven't seen the power play yet tonight, but we know they're going to be a handful.
They've got great skill in that first unit. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. He gets bowled over by Prospol. A lateral pass. Out of their defensive end. In over the line. Turned aside. Brings it out. Over the blue line. He gets rocked by Fedorov. Moved over. Over the line. Prospol with a wrist shot. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Rubbed off the puck by Foster. Delayed call coming up. Vishnevsky will get the gate for interference.
Interference can be tricky. You can't call everything, but you want the game to have some flow.
Here's a face-off win for Chicago. Behind the net. Out of their defensive end. In over the line. Shoved.
Now that one was worth watching.
Moved ahead by Yakubov. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Wrist shot. Brizgalov reached out for the puck. In the corner. Over. Shoved. Right in. He scores, and it's 2-0.
That was a blistering slap shot. I don't think there's a goalie around who could have stopped that blast.
The Blackhawks win the draws. Move back. Over the line. Mowed down.
Finish that one with a bang.
Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. In front. Thibault made the save. Across. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Calder gets laid out.
He's seeing double now.
Brings it out. Moved over the line. Checked.
That's gonna leave a mark.
Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone.
Hit. Now that's a big hit.
Brings it out. Over the blue line. Played across by Paulson. Nickel shoves him. Short pass. Brings it out. Coast to coast. Out of their defensive end. In over the line. Knocked over.
That's some heavy action.
Brings it out. Over the blue line. Bumped off the puck. Possible. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. With a wrist shot. Blocked. Out of their defensive end. In over the line. Checked.
That was a big hit.
Brings it out. Over the line. Hard wrist shot by Lupul. Saved by Thibault.
Hit. What a hit.
Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. He gets hammered by Armstrong. Out of their defensive end. In over the line. Leveled.
That's what we came to see.
Brings it out. Over the line. Delayed call against Anaheim. Knocked over.
That was rock solid.
Armstrong will serve time for interference.
2 minutes is a long time when you're the one in the box.
Chicago has one power play goal already, and they'll get a second opportunity here. Face-off won by Arneson. Turned over by Berard. Brings it out. Over the blue line. He gets flattened.
Knocked him right off the play.
Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Shoved. In over the line. He gets shoved. Right in front. Leveled.
That was huge.
Brings it out. It's played over by Fleury. Over the blue line. Arneson shoots the puck. Brings it out. Coast to coast. He gets pushed by Pops. In behind. Out of their defensive end. In over the line. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Shoved. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Advances the puck. In front. Banked from the slot by Vorobiev. Pushed aside by Brizgalov. In over the line. Shoots the puck. McLean grabbed it. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Shoved. Chicago is now 1 for 2. He scores! 3-0.
Great goal on the backhand. That's not easy.
Many say the backhand is the toughest save in hockey. The goalie has no clue where it's going, and many times neither does the shooter. Won the draw through center. Shoots the puck. Huge save by Brizgalov. Now here's a rookie goaltender, but he doesn't always play like one.
Well, Jim, you can certainly see his raw talent. Hey, the kid will make mistakes, but he's already showing a lot of confidence, and that bodes well for his future.
And the faceoff is won by Arneson. Scores! Top shelf!
A good wrist shot is hard to stop, and that was a good wrist shot.
Faceoff won by Fedorov. Into the attacking zone. Check.
They felt that hit in the rafters.
In over the line. Bowled over.
Terrific physical play.
Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Scramble. Oop, post. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Big hit. That was a monster of a hit. Quick shot from the slot by Arneson. Chistov brings it out. In over the line. One-times it. Thibault gets the blocker on it. It's given up by Chistov. Rink-wide pass. Into the attacking zone. He gets laid out by Fedorov. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Wrist shot. Blocked. Round the back. Behind the net. Passed over. Brings it out. In over the line. He gets flattened by Foster. Thundering hit. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Laid out.
You could feel that one up in the booth.
Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Knocked down.
Lined him up and knocked him down.
Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Bell pushes him. And that'll do it. One team is in command. 4-0 the score after 20 minutes of play. Time to get back to the action as they're ready to start the second period. About to drop the puck. And the faceoff is won by McDonald. Shove. Calder brings it out. He gets taken out by Malich. Moved over the blue line. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Knocked down.
A textbook body check, Jim.
Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Pushed off the puck. Calder grabbed it. In over the line. Shoots. Brizgalov got a leg on it. Over the blue line. Shot from the wing by Shastlevy. Robida. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Laid out. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. He gets checked by Arneson. Brings it out. Over the blue line.
Made the defense look bad on that move.
Blocked. Over. In front. Cranks one. Brizgalov covers up for the whistle.
Holy cow, he got his bell rung on that one. That was a big hit.
The ref is signaling for the faceoff. The faceoff goes to the Blackhawks. He gets rocked up by Lupul. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Bowled over. Laid over. Brings it out. In over the line. Hammered. Foster brings it out. Over the blue line. Rocked. Ruchin. Stick save by Thibault. Into the attacking zone. Foster shoves him. Across. Over the line. In over the line. McLean gets shoved. Lupul out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. He gets bumped off the puck. Vandermeer moves it ahead. Pospel grabbed it. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. He gets shoved by Wisniewski. Brings it out. Over the line. Out of their defensive end. In over the line. A delayed penalty call against Anaheim. Fedorov will go to the box for hooking. Oh, you can see that the coach doesn't like that call at all, and he's going to have a word with the official. Chicago has converted once already, and they're getting another power play chance here. Face-off won by Krog. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Thibault turned him away. Brings it out. Nice little move by Krog. Crushed.
He's not getting by that time.
Rink-wide pass. Over the blue line. It's moved over by Fleury. Shoved. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Thibault made the save. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Bumped by Skula. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Foster works him over.
Ran him down.
Pass back. In front. Great save. Brizgalov makes an amazing save. In over the line. Quick puck movement. Over the line. Muscled off the puck. Around the back. One-time shot by Vorobiev. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Across. Chicago couldn't strike with a man advantage. Now they're 1 for 3 in the game. And this time, they've gone in offside. Ruchin needs to try something new to get back on track. He's fumbling the puck all over the ice.
Well, it's about confidence, Jim. He needs to put pucks on goal and hope for something good to happen.
The faceoff goes to Chicago. Move back. Hit. Offside. The Blackhawks have applied tremendous pressure almost from the outset.
And they're winning all the battles for loose pucks. It's created a lot of chances. The hard work is paying off in the scoreboard.
Arneson wins the faceoff. Knocked over.
That one took him right out of the play.
Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Shoved. Sikora in front. Thibault with a huge save. We're ready for the faceoff. The Blackhawks win the draw. Brings it out. Over the line. He gets rocked by Armstrong. Moved over. Brings it out. In over the line. Goes behind his net. Korolev out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Cranked him. Center. He gets checked by Leclerc.
Very impressive.
Checked.
Sends him packing.
Brings it out. Over the blue line. Hard wrist shot by Paulson. Brings it out. Coast to coast.
He spun him right into the ice.
Rocked. Daze. Huge save. Quick pass up out of their defensive end. Mighty Ducks of Anaheim are about to make a line change. Hit. Played across. Into the attacking zone. He gets bowled over by Wisniewski. Over the line. He gets hit by Arneson.
He delivered a message with that one.
Over the blue line. Over. In over the line. Rubbed off the puck. Sikora grabbed it. A shot from the slot by Chistov. Run over. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. He gets checked by Wisniewski. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Checked. Passed across. Brings it out. In over the line. Shot from the wing by Arneson. Brings it out. Over the blue line. In front. He gets leveled by McCarthy.
He took him down.
Over center. Over the line. Hit. Right in front. One time. Blocked. Into the attacking zone. Turned away by Brizgalov. Played up. In over the line. Crossball. Blocked by Bell. It's a scramble. Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Hit. Passed over. He gets roughed up by Pops.
That'll keep them on their heels.
Advances the puck. Over the line. He gets taken out by Nickel.
He leveled him.
Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. In front. Sent flying.
He got laid out.
Out of their defensive end. Anaheim puts its checking line out. It's turned over by Ruchin. Passed across by Robida. It's dumped in the end boards by Vishnevsky. Brings it out. Over the line. With a wrist shot. Pushed. Centered by Robida. Stone cold by Brizgalov. Over the blue line. Knocked down. Brings it out. End to end. He gets hit by Vishnevsky. Right in front. Goaltender stopped that. And the horn signals the end of the period. 4-0 is the score after 40 minutes of play.
Owners get a membership card, a special monthly newsletter, and a chance for free tickets and merchandise.
It's time for the third period.
Jim, at this point, confidence is a huge factor.
The players are lined up and ready for the faceoff. Arneson won the draw. Moved back. Checked. Into the attacking zone. It's passed across by Daze. Flurry! Armstrong brings it out. Turned over. In over the line. Brings it out. End to end. Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Rocked.
Real power there.
Moved up. Brings it out. Played over the blue line. Knocked him off the puck. Anaheim puts its scoring line out. It goes wide. Brings it out. Daze gets smoked. Hit. Over the line. He gets bowled over.
He caught him napping with that hit.
Out of their defensive end. In over the line. Play is stopped while the glass is replaced.
You better keep your head up or you're going to be knocked on your rear end.
The ref is ready to drop the puck. Ruchin wins the faceoff. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Taken out.
That was a full contact hit.
Brings it out. Over the line. The ref indicates a delayed call against Anaheim. Foster has been nailed for interference.
There's interference on the play, and he'll spend some time in the box.
Chicago has the one power play goal so far, and now they'll get another shot here. And the faceoff is won by Arneson. Berard now with the puck. Daze grabbed it. Brizgalov closed the door. Over the blue line. Shove. Passed ahead. Out of their defensive end. In over the line. Taken out. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Knocked down. Over the line. He gets shoved by Carney. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Wrist shot blocked. Thibault scores on himself. Boy, that's rough. The faceoff goes to Chicago. Hopes now has the puck. Shoved. Quick pass up. In over the line. Wrist shot by McDonald. McLean out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Checked.
I wouldn't want to have been on the receiving end of that one.
Brings it out. Over the line. He gets bowled over by Bell. McLean over the blue line. Bowled over.
Stopped in his tracks.
Brings it out. In over the line. Bumped by Pops. Right in front. Thibault stones him cold. He freezes the puck. Chicago is showing great restraint in this game, Greg. They haven't been baited into stupid penalties, and it's paying dividends for them.
Well, Jim, you're right. Staying out of the penalty box is key if you want to have success at this level.
Face-off won by Krog. Foster sees his penalty expire and jumps back on the ice. Thibault hangs on for the whistle. The puck is about to be dropped. The Ducks win the draw. He gets run over by Korolev out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Checked. Leclerc. Over the blue line. Vandermeer rocks him.
That's an impressive hit.
Over the line. Rocked.
Bumped him that time.
Brings it out. In over the line. Shot quickly by Martinson. Saved by Thibault. And he hangs onto the puck for the whistle. The players are lining up at the face-off circle. Nickel won the draw. Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Robida shoots the puck. Quick puck movement. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Skula right in front. Brings it out. In over the line. Turned aside by Brizgalov. Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Hit. Calder brings it out. Over the line. With a wrist shot. Brizgalov with a tremendous save. Brings it out. Anaheim puts its scoring line out. He gets rocked by Babchuk.
He slammed him big time.
In over the line. Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Bowled over. Brings it out. Over the line. Played back. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. He gets worked over by Berard. In front. Thibault makes the save. Pushed in behind. Moved over. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Worked over. Hit. Brings it out. In over the line. Run over. Played over. Brings it out. Over the blue line. He gets taken out by McDonald. Brizgalov covers up. Krog has the one goal already tonight, and he looks like he's starting to find a rhythm.
He doesn't have a lot of shots, but he's finding the open ice. Needs to get some pucks to the net.
The action's about to start. And the faceoff is won by Paulson. Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Thibault got a pad on it. McLean over center. In over the line. Crushed. Leveled. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Shoved. Right in front. He gets checked by Pops. Thibault covers up for the whistle. Now, here we have a kid who really thinks the game well, wouldn't you say, Craig?
Well, no question. He's shown that he has the great skill, but it's his ability to make smart plays that's really impressive.
The faceoff goes to the Blackhawks. And out they come with a puck. Into the attacking zone. Over. He gets leveled by Krog.
He had him coming and going.
Checked. Over the line. He gets laid out by Yakubov. Out of their defensive end. In over the line. Hit. Brings it out. Over the blue line. He gets hit by Robida.
Sent him sprawling.
Brings it out. Over the line. Thrashed. Quick puck movement. Out of their defensive end. In over the line. Shastlivi. Brings it out. Chicago puts its scoring line out. Delayed call. He gets rocked by McDonald. Armstrong gets called for charging.
That gets him 2 minutes in the box, Huey.
Chicago has enjoyed limited success on the power play in this one.
Well, Jim, they do have 1 goal on 4 chances. Now let's see if they can add another one to that total.
Up through center. Into the attacking zone. Thibault makes the pad save. Across. Brings it out. Over the blue line. He gets shoved by Skula. Hard shot. Brizgalov. Blocker save. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. With a wrist shot. Misses. Brings it up. Into the attacking zone. He gets bowled over by Foster.
He's really throwing his weight around.
Stick save. Moved across. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Hard wrist shot by McDonald. Out of their defensive end. In over the line. Big hit. Brings it up. Coast to coast. He gets roughed up by Robida. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Shove. In front. McLean gets pushed. Turned away. Out of their defensive end. In over the line. Missed the net. Brings it out. Over the line. Kearney checks him.
Great body work so far.
Into the attacking zone. Chicago couldn't convert on that power play. They're 1 for 5 in the game. Thibault hangs on for the whistle. No goals yet for this guy, but he was instrumental in getting at least 1 point on the board.
Well, you do what you can. If you can't be the star, you can still help out your teammates.
They're getting ready for the faceoff. The faceoff goes to Chicago. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Vandermeer plays keep away.
He burned the defender with that move.
Out of their defensive end. In over the line. Checked. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Passed up to the neutral zone. Over the line. Rocked. Brings it out. Over the blue line. In. Scores!
Wow, Jim, what a great goal. Take a look at how he leans into the shot and lets it fly. Great hand-eye coordination right there.
The faceoff goes to the Blackhawks. Move back. Run over. Shoots hard. Leg save. Lupul brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Working along the perimeter. Skula shoulders him. Over the line. He gets worked over by McCarthy. A shot from the slot by Lupul. Out of their defensive end. In over the line. Shoots the puck. Put it in the books. Anaheim suffers yet another defeat and sees their losing streak continue. from Chicago, Illinois. And for EA Sports, I'm Jim Houston.
And I'm Craig Simpson. Have a great one.
You